Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the 39th episode of the Shanty Sessions right here on Facebook and YouTube. Here's Stephen.
And here's Paul.
Here I am. And as you can see down here, happy 12th night. Happy New Year to everybody, not just to our regular rogues that would normally join us in our normal location of the Seagull Theatre in Pakefield, Lowestoft. That's where we meet, and that's where we like to meet when we can meet, but we can't meet, so we're meeting right here on Facebook, YouTube. And I will just remind you that you can see all of our previous episodes on our Facebook pages, the Rogue Shanty Chorus and the Rogue Shanty Boys, and you can find many of them on our YouTube channel as well. We've had a few people already pitch in with their contributions. First up is Linda Boyce, who says, Happy New Year to one and all. Stay safe. Thank you, Linda. We're trying. That's why Stephen and I are apart, because, frankly, I don't want his germs. Also, Rosemary Bowkett says, Happy, New Year, everyone. Well, as long as we're all healthy, then it can be happy enough, can't it?
Yeah.
Michelle Gallagher, she says, Good evening, everyone. Little wave. Happy New Year to one and all. Carol Fisher says, Happy New Year, all, with a skull and crossbones and a black heart.
Black emojis, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. She's a black-hearted lady.
Yeah.
And
brilliant.
Pat Briggs says, Happy and healthy 2021 to all. And Marion Bouchette, our Canadian correspondent, says, Cheers, all. Cheers, Marion.
Yeah. Well, how's it been, Paul? I feel like you've been holding down the fort for the last couple of sessions where I've been not around. Has it been going all right?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to ask everyone else. But I haven't done it alone. I did have some help from Andy Rue last.
Yes, you did. I saw that. Dressed as an elf, wasn't he?
Santa's little helper or Paul's little helper, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back to the comments, Stephen, because they're lighting up the switchboard. One is from Claire Garrett. She says, Good evening. Happy New Year, everyone. Now, Claire, I know, is in Lowestoft. But this chap, Tom Rice, says, Happy New Year from Texas.
Woo.
Or, well, you say woo, I say yeah. Good evening or good morning, which it may be for Tom. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us, Tom. I don't think we've seen your name before. If you've joined us for the first time, you're very welcome. As is Dave Van den Broeke, who says hello. Finally, remember the time again. And Linda Crystal Young says Happy New Year from New Haven, Connecticut, USA. So we are quite the multinational crowd today. And Marie Gallagher, who I believe is Norfolk, England, says, Hi, guys. Happy New Year to all.
Well, how about that? So, look, first one of the year, first session of the year, number 39. It's 12th night, as you can see, scrolling across. It's the first one of the new year, and the days are lengthening. So despite everything else, the lockdown, the tier 4, the miserable weather, if you have this similar kind of weather to us, we are going to try and give you a smile. But what we would love to know from you is, what did you get for Christmas that made you smile? It doesn't have to be a present. It could have been a text. It could have been anything. What
could have been a kiss?
Could have been some nice food. Or some clothes. You could have treated yourself, bought them online because you can't go shopping. What did you get for Christmas that made you smile? So regardless of whatever's going on right now, what did you get? Anyway, let us know about that. And I think I'm going to go straight into a song, if that's all right, Paul.
First off, I'm going to say what I got for Christmas.
Go on.
I got chubbier.
Yeah, very good. So I'm going to do a song now, and this is we picked this up by finding an arrangement from a group called Battered Old Hat, and they're a great group. And their version of this song, the Corncrake, is on YouTube. And the Corncrake was actually a ship that was used to import port, sherry, and brandy into Bristol City docks, and it belonged to the General Steam Navigation Company of London, and they were in the habit of naming their ships after birds, hence the Corncrake, and there were several others. And yeah, not much to say, I think, more than that. So this is not actually a song within the Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire. So we don't, when that is the case, we don't tend to display lyrics. But so I'm just going to sing it, I think. 'Neath summer sky and the setting sun, the corncrake steams on the Bristol run. Brandy for the waiters' tray, the sailors they have earned their pay. O'er the seas, Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh. O'er the seas, the Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh, with brandy, oh. Rolling on through the deep green day towards the hills of Redcliffe Bay. Corncrake steams upon her way through the moonlit night till the break of day. O'er the seas to Bristol town, loaded down to brandy, oh. O'er the seas to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh, with brandy, oh. Then the captain I heard tell, that's the sound of the King Road bell, steaming on by Vincent's Rock to the brandy shed and the Bristol dock. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh, with brandy, oh. Bound for the Bristol city docks by Hotwells and the Cumberland Lock. Down the Reach and the harbour side, safe and sound from the Severn tide. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh, with brandy, oh. Let's make fast for the fore and aft, for the corncrake she's a pleasant craft. Now ashore we'll have good fun, drinking of a bottle of rum. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh. O'er the sea to Bristol town, loaded down with brandy, oh, with brandy, oh.
Well, lovely. The Corncrake by Stephen there. I see you didn't opt for the key change.
No, I didn't. It felt a little bit redundant to use it once. Certainly 7 times unnecessary. No.
Well, we've already had some response to it. Marion Bouchette says, I love the Corncrake. Such a jaunty tune and well sung, Stephen.
Thank you, Marion.
And Jackie Draper says, evening all. And Janet Woods says, hello, everyone. Wishing you all a happy, healthy and safe new year. Something similar from Monica Manning, who says, happy new year, everyone. And Sue Day, the lovely Sue Day, says, happy 12th night to all. A great night to celebrate together. Now, Sue, thank you for getting in touch with us earlier in the week and reminding us that New Year isn't just about New Year's Eve. It's also about celebrating the whole new year, and to do that through the 12 days of Christmas ending tonight with the 12th night. It's all about celebrating together, as Sue says, and feasting and dining and drinking and celebration. And she challenged us to come up with a couple of songs that would be relevant to 12th night, which is tonight. Now, we asked a question already of you, which was, what did you get for Christmas that really made you smile? It might be a Christmas gift. It might be something else. Something might be a kiss. It could be you got stuffed. It could be a number of things. Now, Dave van der Broeke said, I got a Zoom meeting with 3 generations of my family across 3 time zones. Well, that sounds a little bit like showing off, Dave, but it does sound like a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. So congratulations to you.
Yes.
But that's not the only question we ask of you. We also ask, how you heard it, boy?
Oh, yeah. How you heard it, boy? Now, we have got, this is actually very appropriate, the word we've got this week. And the word is Borwiki. 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 So if you have not been with us many times or any times before, number 1, where the heck have you been?
Where
number
have you
2,
been?
As Paul said, you can see all of our digital archive online on Facebook, on YouTube, and even on our own fair website. And it ranges in quality from boring old 720 to 1080. The quality of the content, that's a different matter. It's always rubbish. But if you are into shanties and you'd like to follow and catch any more, you can watch the whole lot again. But if you haven't been with us before, you won't know what this is even about. And what is it about? Well, there's a gentleman called Edward Moore. He went off to service in India, and when he came back to his beloved Suffolk, he realized that many of the words and the phrases and the colloquialisms and gestures that he knew from his quaint and native Suffolk seemed to be in decline, according to him. And so he wrote this book. piece of etymology to discourage these words from being redundant, and we choose on a weekly basis a word that we think is maybe not so well known now, and you would be surprised at how many words and phrases there are in here that still are in common usage, maybe in no small part thanks to Mr. Moore, but this is one of them. And just a little clue for you, it's relevant to the theme of tonight's show, Borwiki. So let us know what you think. I'd love to know.
In the meantime, another one, another song, another shanty. This one is from the repertoire. Stephen, if you could fire up Soon May the Wellerman Come, because on the last session, number 38, I was asked by Mr. Charlie Reed if I would sing Soon May the Wellerman Come. And unfortunately, due to the endless amounts of practice and preparation that goes into these sessions, I wasn't able to get it for him. So I promised him it would be sung tonight, and indeed it will. Soon May the Wellerman Come. And this
I just want to address something, Paul, because you said all the preparation. What was it you said?
Practice and preparation.
Yeah. Okay. You don't want to rescind that statement, no?
Well, the last session was certainly practiced and prepared.
Okay. Well, anyway, look, this is Soon May Poor Wellerman Come.
Wow. Okay.
I may even put in a drone underneath, because the latency cannot stop us droning.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy O.T. The wind blew hard, her bow dipped down, oh blow, me bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ho! Soon may the Wellerman come to bring sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tamed up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down below. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the Wellerman Reed. She took that ship in tow. Yes, soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar, tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The Wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar, tea, rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go.
Well, that was fun. Hey, and look,
yeah, somewhere in the middle there, I got a little bit lost.
Yeah, do you know what? I think the first comment about that song was actually about me. How about that?
No, I think it was me.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you, Shell. Couple of other comments there as well. Janice Marjoram, hello, Happy New Year, each and all. Yes. And Alison Lucas says, bravo. Hello, beautiful Alison.
Hello, Alison.
Hope the Silver Darlings are well. Happy New Year to you all. Carol Fisher, what did she get for Christmas? She says, my 5-year-old grandson remembering the jokes in the crackers and then telling them again later on. Brilliant. And Alison also says, even in all, by the way, got excited by the prospect of Paul Wellerman. Yeah. Anyway, say again.
We are changing men.
Well, very good. Very good.
Thank you. Maggie Clark says, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. And Pat Briggs says, a visit from my grandson, home from uni for the first time since July. Lovely. Which is lovely. Yeah, really nice. And Pat's referring to, as was Carol Fisher referring to, What did you get for Christmas that really made you smile? Was it a present? Was it an event, an occurrence? Was it a new diet? What did you get for Christmas that really made you smile?
What did ye get? Anyway, I'm going to do you a song now, and this is I think I can pop the lyrics up for this. Yeah, I can. In fact, this is a song called "Round the Bay of Mexico," or just the Bay of Mexico. And it's a windlass shanty. We don't get many windlass shanties, or certainly we don't sing them as windlass shanties. And it's in the Round Folk Index as 207, number 207. And the version that we kind of know and love is quite different to the version that we taught our shanty chorus to sing. And it's based on a field recording done by Alan Lomax in 1935, and it was him and a lady called Mary Elizabeth Barnacle. True story, true name. She was a folk music ethnomusicologist and very interested in making sure that the traditional songs from some of the traditional islands were kept, archived, and recorded. So she helped Alan Lomax in this task. And the singers on the original version, the version that we love, were called Henry Lundy and Pappy. Great names. And their version of this is available on an equally wonderful album called Deep River of Song. So I'm just going to find it. If you want to sing along at home, it's number 31 in books. And what else do I need to say? Not a lot, really. I just need to grab my guitar. Did I even tune it? Who knows? Yeah, let's... we can do it in one go. Has he even got a plectrum? Let's see. Round the Bay of Mexico, way up in Louisiana, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Round the Bay of Mexico, around the Bay of Mexico, way up in Louisiana, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Round the Bay of Mexico, when I was young and in me prime, way up in Louisiana, pretty gals came around in line. Round the Bay of Mexico, all around the Bay of Mexico, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Round the Bay of Mexico, them Nassau girls don't wear no comb. Way up in Louisiana, comb their hair with a kipper backbone. Round the Bay of Mexico, all around the Bay of Mexico, way up in Louisiana, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Around the Bay of Mexico, but now I'm old and going gray. Way up Louisiana, pretty girls walk the other way. Round the Bay of Mexico, all around the Bay of Mexico, way up Louisiana, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Round the Bay of Mexico, yeah, Mexico is the place that I belong in. Round the Bay of Mexico. Hey, Sue.
Very nice.
Mexico. There's also a wonderful version, as you might expect, by Harry Belafonte. Definitely worth checking out. And a lot of versions to follow. And David and Janet Woods over on YouTube. Now, last time they commented on YouTube, everybody went over to YouTube, didn't they?
Not tonight, though. Tonight, we've just got a couple of people on YouTube, and most of them viewing on Facebook on our Rogue Shanty Chorus page. But you're very welcome to view us on YouTube if you wish. We've had a few reactions, and I'm going to mention this name particularly because it's such a lovely name, Violeta Casanolesca Paris, which is what a lovely name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've pronounced it completely wrong. But don't recall seeing that name before, so you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us.
So David and Janet Woods, I
time.
hope they're well. They say love the Lomax version, and in fact, any Lomax versions, I'm sure you will love. There are many, and although the technology, I think it's easy to, we're quite spoiled these days because everyone has got good tech. We're all zooming from home, and we've all got wonderful, high def cameras and everything. And back in the day, 1935, when Henry Lundy and Pappy sang this for Alan Lomax, they were obviously using extremely basic equipment, but importantly, they preserved the song. And so if you can get past some of the grains and scratches and poor audio quality, and just to plug into the song and the melody and the lyrics, then good on you for doing so. And Lomax had obviously a great ear for sniffing out a wonderful melody and a strong song with a wonderful tradition. So anyway, a few more comments there. Michelle Gallagher, 3 claps. Thank you very much. Claire Garrett, strong finish. Well, Claire, that's a tradition of mine. If you mess up a song, mostly just finish strong or with a smile. Anyway, we've had a guest look for our Bore Wiki. Marianne Bouchert, she says, topsy-turvy.
Could be.
We're not being drawn, Marianne. We're not being drawn.
Leanne Benz joins us. She says, Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you, Anne. Thank you for coming along for the ride tonight. And I will just say the ride tonight is provided by our sponsors, and we say Happy New Year to them as well. It is, of course, the People's Health Trust. You can see their logo just down here. The People's Health Trust, they've been funding us for well over a year now on this particular project to enable us to work with people of all ages, from 2 years old to 90 years young, and of all abilities, whether they be accomplished musicians or perhaps they're just starting to explore their love of music and particular folk music and these sea shanties that we love to sing along to you, and we love to hear you singing back. So although we can't hear you singing back, please do join in from home. But we say thank you once again to the People's Health Trust for funding this project, and they've also been funding the other live stream episodes that you can view. They're still available on Facebook and YouTube. They are called the Lowestoft History Sessions by Mr. Ivan Bunn. They're not currently running because we've reached the end of the funding period for those, but if you'd like to view them, of which there were well over 20, they're still available. So after this, why don't you pop and have a look? The finale that Ivan gave us, which was on, I think, the 17th of December, was fantastic. It was called Connections, the Man with the Pistols, and I really, really enjoyed that, even more so than the rest, which I do love as well.
So if you had to pick a favourite, you're going to go with the last one, aren't you?
I don't know. I'll probably go with one of the Lowestoft witch trials, which were very, very interesting indeed.
Oh yes.
Anyway, I mentioned Sue Day earlier on. She tasked us to come up with a couple of New Year's stroke 12th night songs. I've got to be honest, I went with the easy option. Having had a good look, and talking of Alan Lomax collected a number of Christmas and New Year folk songs, and they're very interesting, but nearly all of the New Year ones were in French, and my French is terrible. It's worse than my German. So I didn't opt for Bonne Nouvelle, Bon Bon Bon, which was probably going to be my favourite. What I did is I cheated, and I've taken the easy option out, at least on this first one, and I've gone for Auld Lang Syne, because we want to wish you a very happy New Year and a prosperous, healthy, happy 2021. Get out of it, you.
No, I'm going to put you there.
There we go. And now, Auld Lang Syne was written by Mr. Robert Rabbie Burns in 1788, and it was set to the tune of a traditional folk song. There's a little bit of an argument about where that melody originated from, but it's in the round index as 6294. Now, obviously, we sing it traditionally to welcome in the new year, but it's also used in a number of other functions. There is, however, a copy, a number of different versions that predate Robert Burns. In fact, Mr. James Watson, who was a printer and whose father owned the monopoly for printing in Scotland under Charles II. Now, he published in either 1701 or 1711, I'm not sure which, he published this. I'm going to show you. It's going to show you a little. This is a publication of a ballad that was printed either 1701 or 1711. You can see it's called Old Lang Syne, and being in 1711, it actually predates Robert Burns' birth. I'm sure you struggle to read that, so I'm just going to tell you what the first verse and lyrics are of this James Watson ballad. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never thought upon, the flames of love extinguished and fully past and gone, is thy sweet heart now grown so cold, that loving breast of thine, that thou canst never once reflect on old Lang Syne? On old Lang Syne, my Jo, on old Lang Syne, that thou canst never once reflect on old Lang Syne. So you can see it bears some great resemblance, truly. But the version we all know and love is, of course, the Robbie Burns version. And for that, I'd like to sing it to you. It goes like this. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot and old Lang Syne, for old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. And surely you'll buy your pint cup, and surely I'll buy mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. For old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. We too have run about the hills and picked the daisies fine, but we wandered many a weary foot since old Lang Syne. For old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till dawn, but seas between us broad have roared since old Lang Syne. For old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give me a hand of thine, and we'll take a right goodwill draught for old Lang Syne. For old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. So, Happy New Year to everybody, and thank you for joining us here on 12th Night. And that was specifically for Sue Day, who challenged us to find a couple of 12th Night specific songs. That's a bit of a cop-out, I know, but they're tricky to find. They're very tricky to find in English.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Yeah, they are. Just those old French ones, which you're not so good at, are you?
No, I am not.
No. Anyway, I'm going to do a song now, and no explanation for this one. I'm just going to do it. And it's a song called Silly Brown. No, not Silly Brown, Sally Brown. Let's bring up the lyrics. She's a nice young lady. Way we roll and go, and we rolled all night, and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Brown, she's a little crack away. We roll and go, drink stock rum and she chews tobacco away. We roll and go and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Well, her father likes a tarry sail away. We roll and go and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a likes good scrumpy way. We roll and go, she likes a bit of rumpy pumpy way. We roll and go and we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Oh, Sally Brown, she's a nice young lady. Way we roll and go. Sally Brown, she's a fine young lady. Way we roll and go. And we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. And we rolled all night and we rolled all day. Spend our money on Sally Brown. Is that a strong finish?
Sally Brown there by Stephen. I'm going to go straight to a couple of comments because in that she drinks dark rum and she chews tobacco. Interestingly enough, tying in with that, Pat Briggs has wondered if our Suffolk word or phrase of this particular episode could be tobacco, Bowwiki or Borwiki, tobacco. Could it be? We don't know yet, Pat. We're not going to tell you. You can't twist our arm. Marion Bouchette wonders if but Borwiki could mean topsy-turvy. Well, that's a good guess. Very good guess.
Would love to know what you all think, aside from Pat and Marianne.
Yeah. Linda Boy says, Happy New Year to the People's Health Trust. Please don't forget to let us know what you got for Christmas that really made you smile. Be interested to know. One thing that makes us smile, one thing in particular, is when you click share. So that people in your friends list, your acquaintances, your family, all those people that might view the things that you post in your newsfeed, they'll get is you've been doing tonight. Don't worry, they won't see inside your home, but they will see that you've been hopefully enjoying episode number 39 of the Rogue Shanty Choruses Shanty Sessions. But you have to click share to let people know that. So if you would click that, little lady, we would be tickled pink.
Yes, we would, and we would love it if Paul would sing another song or two.
Well, Paul would love to sing. Yeah, okay. I've got to say, with the weather being as it is, and I'm in Norfolk, Stephen's in Suffolk. You geographically Suffolk?
Well, do you know what? No one's sure in my village. No one is sure what county we're in. We're Norfolk for the bins, and we're Suffolk for the doctors. So. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, we're pretty close together, but the weather is absolutely appalling for both of us tonight, and it's got me in that mood. So I'm going to sing a song from our repertoire. This one is called "Goodbye, My Leo," and it's in our repertoire as number 22. So if you have a folder, it's number 22. If you don't have a folder, we're able to share it so that you can join in and sing along with us. Goodbye. Get off, Cher. What's she up to?
Yeah. She's always coming in here.
Yeah. It goes, Riley, Riley, where are you? Oh, Riley, oh, man. Riley, Riley, where are you? Bye-bye, my Riley, oh, man. Riley's gone to London Bay. Oh, Riley. Oh, man. London Bay so far away. Bye-bye, my Riley. Oh, man. Riley's gone to Liverpool. Oh, Riley. Oh, man. Right on, and I'll go too. Bye-bye, my Riley. Oh, man. Wish I was Captain Riley's son. O'Reilly. Oh man, I'd stay at home and drink good rum. Bye bye, my Riley. Oh man, I thought I heard the captain say, O'Reilly. Oh man, tomorrow be our sailing day. Bye bye, my Riley. Oh man, Riley, Riley, where are you? Oh Riley, oh man, Riley, Riley, where are you? Bye bye, my Riley. Oh man. Goodbye, my Riley, number 22 in our catalogue. We, of course, I think we harvested that from the collection of Lydia Parrish, who collected those songs into a book called The Slave Songs of the South Sea Georgia Islands.
True. Yeah. Well, certainly that's where it is in our collection. But we did come across it from an oral sharing by Matthew Crampton. He's a little hard to classify, Matthew Crampton. He's a folk singer and a music hall MC and a writer and a theatre maker. And he once sung it at it's kind of a private meeting with regard to folk festivals. And we're like, wow, that's a beautiful song. And then we realised we had it in our collection. Anyway. Yeah, that's a little story for y'all. Claire Garrett.
Anyway, Stephen,
oh, missed that ball.
I'm just going to go to another song. I said, okay, quiet, will you? This is another song prompted by Sue Day. This is in part due to the weather, which is foul, as I mentioned. The wind and the rain are really kicking in, but it's also about Twelfth Night. This is a song by William Shakespeare himself from the play Twelfth Night. It's not in our repertoire, but it's challenged by Sude to find material pertinent to Twelfth Night. When then I was and a little tiny boy with hey ho the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but it raineth every day. Sing ho, sing hey, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing ho, hey again. Sing hey ho the wind and the rain. But when I came to man's estate with hey ho the wind and the rain, gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing ho, sing hey, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing hey ho again. Sing hey ho the wind and the rain. I came alas to wive with hey ho the wind and the rain. By swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing ho, sing hey, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing hey ho again. Sing hey ho the wind and the rain. When I came unto my beds with hey ho the wind and the rain, with toss pots still at drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing ho, sing hey, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing hey ho again. Sing hey ho the wind and the rain. A great while ago the world begun with hey ho the wind and the rain, but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. Sing ho, sing hey, for the rain it raineth every day. Sing hey ho again. Sing hey ho the wind and the rain. And that's our contribution to Twelfth Night.
Well,
apologies to anyone that found. Yeah, but someone might have found some of the lyrics offensive. I hope not. It's certainly in common parlance, and it was good enough for Shakespeare, so it's good enough for me.
Yeah, and I'm just looking. I'm just looking for some more information on this one now. I haven't got any. Never mind. I'm going to do you a song now. This is British and very, very traditional, and relates to Twelfth Night. Certainly a custom that was practiced and a song that was sung around the custom that was practiced around Twelfth Night, and it's a song called "Here's to the Old Apple Tree," and it certainly was sung in many of the villages, and I found some provenance of this being sung in my village, in Norfolk or Suffolk, wherever that is, back in the day, and just as a way to bless the year, bless the tree, bless the fertility of the couples within the village, and bless the harvest at whatever point it may come and how abundant it may be. Hats full, caps full, bushel, sacks full, and my pockets full to huzzah. Here's to the old apple tree whence thou mayest blow, and whence thou mayest bud, and whence thou mayest bear apples in no. Hats full, caps full, bushel, sacks full, and my pockets full to huzzah. Give us a crop of good apples ripe, and whence thou mayest bear, red and well-rounded, the good juicy type. Hats full, caps full, bushel, sacks full, and my pockets full to huzzah. Here is our ale, now drink of it well, and whence thou mayest fall, and give us good apples of which we can tell. Hats full, caps full, bushel, sacks full, and my pockets full to huzzah, huzzah, and my pockets full to huzzah. Okay, so just an old song, short, simple, lovely melody, accessible as it would need to be, being something the whole village could join in with, not necessarily being melodious or singers or gifted musically. Here's to the old apple tree. A wassail. Anyway,
yes.
What you got?
Sue Collins appreciated our efforts for the night songs. She said, "Thank you for the one from Shakespeare. How did you get the tune?" I literally grabbed a load of other tunes and just shoved them together. I don't think it's what Mr. Shakespeare intended the tune to be. But as Claire says, can't beat Bill Shakespeare. Loved it. Thank you very much, Claire.
Well, anyway, look. So maybe another one from you, Paul.
Yes, I'm going to go. This is a tricky one for us. It's called Shalaf Corioan. It's number 14 in your repertoire list if you have a folder with the lyrics in. If you don't, we will do our best to display the lyrics so you can join in. However, I'm going to mess it up a little bit with the arrangement. And then after a few goes round, we'll be back on track and you can join in. It goes like this. Shalaf Corioan, Corey, Corioan, Shalaf Corioan, Shalaf Corioan, Cori scoegraphica, Shalaf Corioan, Shalaf Corioan, scoegraphica terra, Shalaf Corioan, de shaka terra ruavan, Bion, a skipper, Bion, de shaka terra ruavan, de shaka terra on, Bion, ruavan, Shalaf Corioan, scoegraphica terra, Shalaf Corioan, de shaka terra ruavan, Bion, a skipper, Bion, de shaka terra ruavan, Shalaf Corioan, Corioan, Shalaf Corioan, Cori, scoegraphica terra, Shalaf Corioan, scoegraphica terra, Shalaf Corioan, de shaka terra ruavan, Bion, a skipper, Bion, de shaka terra ruavan, de shaka terra on, Bion, ruavan, Shalaf Corioan, scoegraphica terra, Shalaf Corioan, de shaka terra ruavan, Bion, na skipper, beyond the Shakatera Ruavan. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, you can see the English translation. Look at Hugh's coracle. And 5 and 20 oars on her. Look at Hugh's coracle going past the Ruavan. It's Hugh who will be the captain on her going past the Ruavan. Yeah, and that really is it.
Well, I like that, and I don't know quite how you got that arrangement in, because I can't not hear the kind of Strathspey real speed and tempo of the original Scottish version, but very impressive. I liked it.
Now,
I liked it a lot.
What is impressive is David and Janet Wood's knowledge of folk music.
Yeah.
Another closely related song is Wassail, or What's Ale in the Kippers version. And they're, of course, referring to Here's to the Old Apple Tree. Here we go, Wassailing, as Stephen sang. Now, we asked a question right at the head of the show. What did you get for Christmas that really made you smile? It might have been a smile from somebody else. It might have been a gift. It might have been a beautiful, big, old Christmas Day meal. It might have been a call. It might have been a letter. It might have been an email. There are literally any number of things that you might have got. But I tell you what Marion Bouchert got. She got a Christmas present from her sister. She could not visit due to COVID lockdown, but she sent me cookies baked from our late mother's recipe. That is such a lovely, lovely gift. And you can't get it in stores, can you? So it really is special.
Anyway, look, you mentioned Apple Tree, Paul. There, Here's to the Old Apple Tree. And since we're talking about alternative arrangements, as you just did, I'm going to sing you a different melody to that. Okay, and it goes,
go on.
Here's to the old apple tree, whence thou mayest bud, and whence thou mayest blow, and whence thou mayest give apples in no, hats full, caps full, bushel, sacks full, and my pockets full to huzzah, huzzah, and my pockets full to huzzah. So just the one verse and chorus, but it was a different melody to the one that I originally sang, and it's thought that was prettyized for at some point and archived. But the original version I did, they suspected was probably more of the sort of communal composition from some of the villages, and maybe a little bit darker as well, being in a minor key, darker in terms of maybe some of the customs and rural traditions that might also have been practiced along with that song. Obviously, apple trees rurally and traditionally being linked closely to fertility and the blessing of fertility for couples. So I'll say no more than that, but maybe I'll do a different song. You're muted. What's he playing at?
While you do that, Stephen, although it's come and gone really, I'm going to remind people of the other question we asked, which is, have you heard it, boy? Have you heard our word of the week, our Suffolk word and phrase from the book by Edward Moore of the same name? This word is Borwicky. Borwicky. Have you heard this word, and do you know what it means? If not, try a stab in the dark. See what you think. We've had lots of different guesses, from topsy-turvy to could it mean tobacco? Lots of different things, but we want to know what you think it means. So please write it in the comments and let us know not just what fabulous thing you got for Christmas, but what you think that word is. I tell you what, somebody might have got for Christmas. Maybe somebody got vaccinated. Do let us know if you got vaccinated. I'd be really interested to hear.
Did you say vaccinated?
No, I did not. Vaccinated.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a song now, and this is in where's Tut Book? Let me find it. Oh goodness me! I just untuned any that was in that guitar. Songs of the Sea by Stan Hugel, and he says about this song: tune of this pumping song is well known throughout the world. Many nations have their own version. Which song can claim to be the original is difficult to say, but I would venture that this sailor song could be could be among one of the oldest. From the moment seamen joined a deep water ship, they were kept at it. Apart from the normal routine jobs of wheel and lookout and the handling of sails and cordage, a ship was like a lady's watch, always in need of repair. Hence, daily there were jobs such as sailorizing, like splicing and turning in dead eyes, helping the sailmaker, doing running repairs high in the rigging, cleaning the brasswork and the brightwork, as well as holy stoning the decks. I would venture to say that the lyrics for this, even now, have been replaced by more modern ones. And do you know what? I think even since Hugo wrote this, they've been replaced further. I know several almost kind of comical. Well, it seems like the only way to do this song is as a comical one, and goes like this. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to come back to this song. I'm going to tune my guitar because it's terrible. I think I'm going to tune my guitar, so I'm going to come back to it, and maybe I'll do you a song that I'm going to do you a song. I think that I'm just going to sing a cappella, or as the Latin goes, in the chapel. Let's find one. I'm going to steal one of Paul's. No, I'm going to do this. Here we go. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. When I was single, I had a black shawl. Now I am married, I've nothing at all. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. He gave me a handkerchief, red, white, and blue. Then to clean windows he tore it in two. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. He came up the row and he whispered me out. Then he went off with young Kitty McLeod. Still I love him, I'll go with him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. He took me to the alehouse and bought me some stout. Before I could drink it, he'd order me out. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. My back is a break and my fingers are sore. Gut in the heron he brings to the shore. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. The storm is a raging, his boat isn't in. T'others won't tell me what's happened to him. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes. If he's gone to heaven, he'll come to no harm. He's gone to hell, then he'll keep himself warm. Still I love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes.
Lovely, really nice. Had a few comments come in from Michelle Gallagher. She offers 3 rounds of applause. And Pat Briggs says, Rick Stein's Cornwall tonight at 6:30 featured the Mevagissey Shantymen singing Drunken Sailor and A Drop of Nelson's Blood. I'm pretty sure that must be very, very good, but perhaps not quite as good as our Rogue Shanty Chorus. For those of you that don't know, the Rogue Shanty Chorus is an authentic fishing choir based in the most easterly town of the UK, which is Lowestoft. And this is what they look like when they're in performance. We had a sellout crowd at the Seagull Theatre, our home, our base, and we had lots of us on stage that night singing our sea shanties and performing to that sellout crowd. Now, usually we meet up at the Seagull Theatre and we sing these songs. It's been stop-start and difficult to maintain that. Yeah, it's been a lot more stop than start. It's been difficult to maintain that throughout this epidemic, but this is our way of still being able to keep in touch with that community. So thank you, everybody, for joining us on here. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure seeing for you. Now, Sude says, I got cheeses in coloured waxes, a red star of Wensleydale and cranberries, which I've got to say, Sue, is my favourite, and a green Christmas tree of smoked cheddar. Delicious. Now, that does sound really rather nice.
Yes, it does.
Janice Marjoram says, I love Movagissey. I love Movagissey too. Cornwall is a beautiful part of the UK. It's as far in the other way as we are in this way. And I'd say sometimes on a good day, our stretch of coast just about beats it. Janice also says, that's definitely my kind of present. Yes, blessed are the cheesemakers. That's what I say. Pat
Yeah.
says, it was as your version of Drunken Sailor. Has someone nicked our version of Drunken Sailor?
It's a good one.
It should say not as good as your version. Oh, bless you, Pat.
Okay. Yeah,
that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you.
Yeah, but Mudgy, she did comment on their thread saying that other chorus do this, but it's not as good as yours.
Not as good as the Movagissey Shanty Men.
No way. Anyway, look, hey, you going to do another song, pal?
Yeah, I tell you what, we're mixing things up a lot tonight, and we don't like to mix the arrangements and melodies of songs that are in our repertoire. We try not to do it too much because we really like to know that you sing along. However, this next song is number 26 in our repertoire, and usually it's performed mainly by John. So, John, if you'll forgive me, I'm going to change the melody up because only you sing it as well as you do. So I'm going to do it slightly differently, but it's called The Arbroath Tragedy, and it's about the actual true events that happened when a lifeboat in a small part of Scotland was sent out to a bogus call. It was a call that didn't actually exist. 2 rockets went up to summon the lifeboat. Unfortunately, whilst there was nobody out there to rescue, the lifeboat itself was in dire need of rescuing, and all except for one of the crew didn't make it back alive. Anyway, it goes like this. Oh, listen while I tell you of the Arbroath tragedy, of how 6 gallant lifeboat men were thrown into the sea on October 27 in the year of 53. And only one brave man was saved in that calamity. The night was dark and stormy, and the lifeboat standing by, when all at once a rocket jumped into the angry sky. The Robert Lindsay ventured out to see the reason why, but nothing could they find that night, no matter how they tried. For hours they searched that Tuesday morn until the break of day, but not a bit of wreckage could they find in Arbroath Bay. It's home and mugs of cocoa for us sailors while we may, or else we'll never see the shore, they heard the coxswain say. As they came back across the bar, it was an awful sight. The lifeboat overturned them in the sea as black as night. They couldn't reach the shore alive, though struggle as they might. And only Archie Smith was saved upon that dreadful night. 2 brothers sank beneath the waves, a father and a son. The bowman Thomas Adams went the way that they had gone. And when the boat was washed ashore beneath the morning sun, the coxswain David Bruce was lashed the steering wheel upon. So let's remember all the men who go down to the sea, and all their wives and sweethearts dear, wherever they may be, and working men who give their lives in dire necessity, the fishermen who died that night in 1953. Arbroath Tragedy.
Well, I like that. I like that version. Paul's outdoing himself on the arrangements tonight. So I'm going to do another one that is featured in this and in probably every shanty, but certainly Hugel had a lot to say about this. And it's a song called South Australia, Bound for South Australia, the Rolling King. It's round 325, 325. Also in the ballad index, William Main Dörfling, of Dutch origin, but an American guy and big ethnomusicologist and folk song collector, was very interested in this. It first appeared in print, however, prior to both of those guys talking about it, singing it, and archiving it, by a lady called Laura Smith in 1888. She was from Tyneside, and she collected it in Tyneside from a black seaman who sung it to her, and it was printed in her book, The Music of the Waters. Now, this was both a capstan and a pump shanty, and of later years became more of a four-bitter. So it was really just sung as romantic reasons, as everything is done now. But when it was sung, when it was actually sang as a shanty, it was also sang as a halyard shanty, and what they call a hand-over-hand halyard shanty, or hand-over-hand halyard. And that means that instead of just singing on the doggerel, the bit that the crew sings, they also used to sing when the shantyman was singing. So it was double the effort. And on Laura Smith's version, at least, there's a whopping 14 stanzas that she collected. So this really was ocean-going hardness. And contrary, and kind of gives a view of being contrary to the jolly nature of shanties. It tells you that shipboard life in these early days was miserable indeed. Laura Smith notes that the seaman who sang it to her thought that it may have originated on wall clippers or the emigrant ships, but you could offer no evidence to support either. But it was certainly sung quite readily aboard Western Ocean ships and the Australian runs. But so this is South Australia, and like Paul, I'm doing a slightly different version to the chorus version that we have. I think you'll find it on number 44 if you've got folders, Bound for South Australia, or Rolling King. But I'm doing slightly different lyrics and a different arrangement as well to the one we do. So so yeah, this is it. I might even chuck in a time signature change. Like this. South Australia, I was born. Heave away, haul away. South Australia, round Cape Horn, we're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. South Australia is my home. Heave away, haul away. South Australia is where I roam. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. And when I'm on a foreign shore, heave away, haul away. Haul away, or string the door. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I'll tell you now, it ain't no lie. Heave away, haul away. I'll love that gal until I die. Bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Now we're homeward bound once more. Heave away, haul away. Soon be drinking on home shore. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Hey, so yeah, keep up with that, won't you? Yeah, wonderful song. We love it. We love it. Who's doing what? Oh, is it me? It's me. Somehow my series gone on. My goodness me. Anyway, if you're comment, go on.
First one is from Bill Lyman, who is a sailor man himself. For Christmas, I baked cookies and took them to other boats here in Key West. Well, that's a jolly thing. Cookies seem to be de rigueur in the North American continent with Marion de rigueur. Yeah, up in the Derriggings. So who else? Adam Blowers says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Adam.
Oh, hello, mate.
Now, Margaret Stemming says, checking in from Melbourne, Australia. Early morning here. Well,
Wow.
That's a good job. We just played South Australia for you to get you up and about.
Yeah.
Claire Garrett says, Rebels, both of you tonight. That's in regard to the fact that we are mixing it up.
Yeah.
A lot. Janet and David Woods, they say they really like the tempo change.
Hang on a minute. What I intended for to happen there, Janet and David Woods, was a time signature change, but maybe you're just observing that my tempo is not too strict. Oh dear.
Michelle Gallagher kindly says, loving the arrangements tonight, and thank you very much. We're just mixing it up a little bit. We try not to do it too often, but let's face it, this is the 39th episode of our
so why
sessions.
not? If you can't mix up the 39th episode, what can you do?
Yeah. And we struggle to bring you new songs, but not too many new songs. We try and keep it in the repertoire, but not the same old songs. So we're doing what we can. We should just take the moment to advise you that as of next week, we are likely going to be reducing the time to an hour. We'll still start at 7:30, but we'll be doing just an hour session.
And what else are we going to be doing, Paul?
Well, we thought we might on a little meet and greet via Zoom. So after this hour session,
because you weren't all funny. I think we might need to go and get.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah. Well, so what we're going to do is we're gonna draw a close to the stream at 60 minutes, because after all, if you watch an omnibus of Coronation Street, that's only an hour's long, isn't it? Something like that. So the attention goes after an hour, and then we're going to invite you to join us on Zoom for a little social. So next week, we'll hand out the link for anybody who wants to join us. Please do. Wherever you are, not just our old members or new members, but even people who join us for the first time. So we'll do an hour at 7:30 and then 30 minutes straight afterwards on Zoom. Yeah.
Marion Bouchette says cookies equals love in North American language. Well, it does sound a very universal language, cookies. I'm going to go back to our word or word or phrase of the day, because we'd like a few more suggestions. Borwiki. What could that mean, I wonder? Do let us know what you think that might mean.
Borwiki. Yeah. Bill Lyman says, like that idea. Well, Bill, we're going to get to have a chat with you at long last. So we're going to.
Janice says, hang on, 7:36. No, we said 60 minutes. We'll be doing.
Janice, I've told you before, when you send me your credit card, like I asked you to in the post, never put your bin somewhere in public.
No, we also need to know mother's maiden name as well.
Yes, please.
We don't.
You going to do a song, Chuck, or what?
Yeah, go on then. Since I suppose we're contractually obliged. I'm going to sing number 35. Sorry, Stephen, this wasn't on the schedule, but we've run out of material, so I'm going to add a few more in. This is Maggie May. This is one of my favorites. Something I learned from John Lennon's rambling at the end of Let It Be. In the background, you can hear him singing slightly ruder version of this, but we like this version. It tells of a Liverpool or a sailor who reaches the port of Liverpool and finds some attention from a young lady, but it turns out to be very negative in this case. Now, come all you young sailors and listen to me plea, for when you've heard me tell, you'll pity me. For I was a fool in the port of Liverpool the very first time I came home from sea. Now I've paid off at home from Sierra Leone, £3.10 a month it was me pay. But I wasted all me tin whilst drinking up the gin with a pretty little girl called Maggie May. Now well do I remember when I first met Maggie May. She was cruising up and down in Canning Place. She was dressed up mighty fine, like a frigate of the line. So being a young sailor, I gave chase. I kept right on her track. She took the other tack. I caught her and I broke her mizzen line. Next morning I awoke with a head more bent than broke. No coat, no vest, no trousers could I find. I asked her where they were. She said, my good sir, they're down at Park Lane pawn shop number 9. You've had your cake and run. It's time for you to run, or you'll never make the dockside land in time. To the pawn shop I did go, but me trousers didn't show. The police came and they took that girl away. The judge guilty found her of robbing a homeward bounder, so now she's doing time in Bodney Bay. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they've taken you away. No more to roam alone down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers and poxed too many sailors. Now you'll never see old Lime Street anymore.
I like that.
Well, I can't take any credit for that one, I'm afraid.
And that's all he has to say.
Yeah.
So we want to know, what do we want to know?
We want to know, what was the best thing you got for Christmas? Was it a smile? Was it a letter? Was it an email? Was it a kiss? Was it a gift? Was it a lovely meal? Was it an event? What did you get for Christmas that really made you smile? And we've had a couple of people gave and received cookies. That tends to be up in the North American continent. What did let us know what you got in the Australian realm. We've got a few people viewing from the Antipodes, so do let us know. Do let us know how it went down there on Christmas Day, as well as from some other places. We quite often get a nice contingent from Poland, and but that's not all we're interested in. We want to know what our rogues got. What did you get? Our regular rogues. What did you get that really made you smile at Christmas?
Yeah, and also, what do you think this word is? Ball-wiki. Ball-wiki. Now, look, I'm going to do you a song now, and let me just swap places with Paul and make myself bigger. That's better. Now, this is another song from, second song, in fact, tonight, from Slave Songs of the Georgia Sea Islands by Lydia Parrish. You can get hold of a copy of this book. I definitely would say have a go, but because there's, I think sometimes it's easy to assume that African American songs have a particular sound, maybe like a gospelized sound that's very similar. But in fact, there's so many kind of subgenres here: African survival songs, Afro-American shout songs, ring play songs, dance and fiddle songs, religious songs, work songs. Several different subgenres, and they all genuinely, each kind of category sounds genuinely quite different from another when you listen to some of the original field recordings. And this is another song from that. It was actually, this song was featured on the soundtrack of Brother Where Art Thou, although the lyrics were slightly different. But this is The Good Old Way. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Come on, children, let's go down. Come on down, don't you want to go down? Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. I'm so way down, Lord, help me shed my load. Help me find the Underground Railroad, and I might wear that starry crown. Good Lord, the way you will show. Come on, children, let's go down. Come on down, don't you want to go down? Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, Lord, set me free someday, and you wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Come on, children, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to flee, Jesus brought salvation to me, and yes, I wore his starry crown. The Lord let me be free. Come on, children, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. So yeah, get rid of that reverb. Look, wonderful version by Henry Lundy again, actually a field recording of that, and inside this book, the lyrics, which are slightly different to the version that was on the soundtrack of Brother We're Out There, but it is an equally beautiful version by Alison Krauss and Union State or Union Station.
Union Station.
Oh, there we go. Alison Krauss does a nice version of that. Yes, she absolutely does, Janice. Yeah, and in fact, it was a Union State Board. Did you say?
I think Station.
Union Station. Yeah, that sounds right. And I can't remember the name of the lead guitarist in that group, but also a fantastic vocalist, and they do some wonderful harmonies behind it. But he is considered one of the finest dobro players in the world, and dobro is kind of like a lap steel resonator guitar, but way better. And they're
still married to Elvis Costello.
No, that's not Alison Krauss. You are thinking
Diana Krall.
Diana Krall, yeah, jazz musician. Yeah.
Man Bouchette says, lovely, 3 rounds of applause. And Jackie Draper said, we would love to do that song. Well, Jackie, you actually do, but under a different chorus.
Do they?
Yeah, in Kirkley we used to do it.
Oh yeah, true that. Yeah.
True that. Claire Garrett said, first introduced to this in the film Brother We're Out There. Loved it then, love it now. 3 rounds of applause.
Yeah.
Charlie Moore says, love this, makes me miss Bellatonic. You need a loop pedal, Stephen. That would be awesome. He repeats himself enough, Charlie, I think.
Yeah, I do. I keep trying to work out some. I did it once with an Irish song, put down like a Baran beat. And I was using some loop software for that, and it was on this stream months ago, and somehow I managed to activate an advert in the middle of it, literally in the middle of really fast Irish kind of jig, which interrupted my my looping. So I don't know, but yeah, maybe I should.
Suday says, best of all was what my horses gave me. Days of riding with sleigh bells are ringing and the jingling, giving pleasure to both me and any onlookers we passed in Peasenhall, Geldeston, Ditchingham and Bungay. Well, it was pretty flooded out in all of those regions, Suday. I hope, well, I'm sure you were safe, but I should think you got a good view of the floods from horseback.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, Sue wouldn't have been on saddle, would she?
No. I think she'll correct us, won't she? But I think you lead the horse along, and the horse leads the boat along.
No, I think she might have been in carriage rather than on a saddle.
Oh, okay, right. Anyway, yeah.
Who knows?
We're messing up Sue's comment here. Look, we're riding roughshod all over it.
Oh, very good, very good. Right, I'm going to give you another song. This one is from our repertoire. It's called If I Were a Blackbird, and it is number 34 in the repertoire list. So do join in with me on this one. If I were a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and on the top rigging there I'd build my nest, and lay my head on his lily-white breast. I am a poor girl, my fortune seems sad. 6 months have I courted a true sailor lad, and truly I loved him by night and by day, and now in his transport he sailed far away. If I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and on the top rigging there I'd build my nest, and lay my head on his lily white breast. My love's tall and handsome in every degree. His parents despise him because he loves me, but let them despise him and say what they will, while I've breath in my body, I'll love him still. If I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and on the top rigging there I'd build my nest, and lay my head on his lily white breast. He promised he'd meet me at Bonnybrook Fair, with a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my hair, and if he would meet me I'd crown him with joy, and kiss those fond lips of my dear sailor boy. If I was a blackbird, could whistle and sing, I'd follow the vessel my true love sails in, and on the top rigging there I'd build my nest, and lay my head on his lily white breast.
Well, that was lovely. I'm going to look for one now that I can sing. But shall we reveal the word of the week, or the hey heard?
I think we should, because we have tasked people to suggest what they think it might mean, and this week it is the word Borwiki. Borwiki. So from the book by Edward Moore, Suffolk Words and Phrases, published in 1823, a grand book based on the local dialect of Suffolk, with many words still in common parlance, but this one particularly may not be. But if you've heard it, or if you know what it means, we're going to fill everybody else in right now.
Yeah. So this is, let's find it. Borwiki, as according to Edward Moore, confinement to the cottage or farmhouse due to seasonal unwellness. What a great word that is, unwellness. And that's according to Mr. Edward Moore. So there you go. We told you it was topical and on the theme of tonight's session. So I'm going to do just one more song, I think, and then we're probably heading towards the end, I'd say. But this is a great song, a very, very fun song, and was written by Mr. Don Freed, who I think maybe is or was Canadian. Marion might know. She might correct me if I'm wrong. But Don Freed, and the story goes, which I have no reason to believe is not true, but the story goes that Tom Lewis, wonderful, big kind of shanty royalty, he wrote the chorus to this song and added it in. No, I'm not kidding. No, when he performed it, he wrote the chorus in, and Don Freed didn't like the chorus, and what tended to happen was all the shanty groups loved the chorus, and they started to perform it along with the rest of the song, and Don Freed didn't like it. And so out of respect to the fact that Don Freed didn't like it, Tom Lewis discontinued the chorus and only sung this song as the verses. It was the way Don Freed wrote it. But we certainly know that many groups, including ours, still include the chorus. But it's a funny story, because a couple of the guys in our group, when we first started singing this, or we introduced it to them, they said, it just sounds like two different songs. It's weird, that chorus. And so I guess we then found out the rest of the story. So I guess it's testament to the fact that it's written by two different people. Don Freed, the original song, and the verses, the melody of the verses, and added to by Mr. Tom Lewis. But anyway, this is a song called Being a Pirate. Yeah, I might start with a chorus just to enrage Mr. Freed. But it's all part of being a pirate, You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an ear. It drips down your neck and it falls on the deck till someone shouts, "Oi, what's this here?" You can't wear your glasses or chat up the lasses. Your friends have to shout so you'll hear. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an ear. But it's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. It stings like the blazes and makes your poor faces. You can't let men see you cry. A dash of black patch will cover the hatch and make sure the socket stays dry. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. But it's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a hand. It spurts and it squirts and it jolly well hurts. Pain only a pirate can stand. The fashionable look is a nice metal book, but now you can't play in the band. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a hand. But it's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a leg. It hurts like the dickens, your pace never quickens, hopping around on a peg. Ask your sweetheart to marry, too long you've tarried, cause now you can't kneel and you beg. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a leg. But it's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a head. It falls with a thud and it's covered in blood and your beard is all sticky and red. You can't comb your hair cause your head's over there, but besides that by now you'd be dead. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a head. But it's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a what's it. You didn't choose it, you don't want to lose it. You're hoping that somebody spots it. The dog comes along and he sews it back on. He pulls it real tight and he knots it. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a what's it. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. There you go.
Very nice. Lots of parts to lose if you're a pirate. And Sude says, I was riding. She was riding. And Michelle Gallagher, love singing If I Was a Blackbird. Well, you sing it very well, Michelle, if I do say so. And Marion Bouchette says, yep, Canadian.
Oh, there you go.
Amanda Miranda says, that is a favourite in my pub. And the chorus is important because I can't remember all of the rest of the words.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
Coming handy. Michelle Gallagher says, like that one, and she's flying the Jolly Roger.
The
Claire Garrett gives it 3 teary laughter and a couple of rounds of applause.
Yeah.
Martha Knox Forrester. Hello, Martha. Nice to know you're out there. And she says, great songs. Fun evening. Thank you. Charlie Moore says, that was fun. And I don't think there's any irony in there.
No.
And Marion Bouchette says, sorry, there's no emoji for a what's it. She's got everything else in there.
Yeah.
She's not to be outdone by Carol with the emojis, is she?
No way. Absolutely not. Anyway, look, I think we're kind of going towards the end of the evening, aren't we, Paul?
We're done for the night, but we want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and we also want to say, as we always do, thank you to People's Health Trust, and we're certainly running this project under a grant, a provision called Active Communities, and the idea is to keep communities active. And the word communities has kind of undergone somewhat of a renaissance of late, or even not of late, but over the last year, because the communities, certainly through a traditional definition, have been challenged. And in some ways, it feels like we've never been more connected with other people because of COVID. And so the communities we're actually enjoying through these live streams are an online community that have a real interest in maritime music, sea shanties, and the associated heritage that goes along with it. So whether you're in Canada, we've got people in Canada tonight, Poland, Australia, or England, if you're part of our maritime community, we say thank you for joining in, and as importantly, thank you to the People's Health Trust for funding us.
And Marion Bouchard, she adds to that by saying thanks for the music and laughs, and many thanks to People's Health Trust.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Marion. Pat Briggs says, good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Michelle says, thanks for a wonderful evening. And Jackie and Barry says, thanks, guys. Great evening. Bill Lyman in Florida, I think he said, thanks, guys. Good. And bless you, Bill. Thank you, mate. Sue Day says, thank you for a lovely evening. Well, thank you, Sue, and a very merry 12th night to you. Yep. Rosemary Bowkett says, thanks for a fun evening on an otherwise poop day. You cheer us all up.
Well, there you go. Expletive alert.
Yeah, thank you, says Carol Fisher. And thank you, Stephen and Paul. Lovely evening, says Linda Boyce.
Oh, well, look, we're here next week, and we just want to say thanks to you for tuning in and watching. And I think that'll be it. So thank you very much, and good night, y'all.